Today I'm very excited that I have Maria Angulo Mobilia as my guest, and you are a return guest, so I appreciate that, Maria. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you have had such an amazing experience. You came to the United States in August, and now it is about 11 months later.
Yes.
And we are looking to talk to you about kind of like the exit, like an exit interview. So you've been here, you were at Griswold High School, you were enrolled as a senior, junior, senior? What was your status
Senior,
as a senior? And attended classes there. How many classes did you take?
I took 8 classes,
8
per
classes
semester.
per semester. So 4 in the fall semester and 4 in the spring semester.
No, so 8 and 8. So yeah.
Oh, 8 and 8. Yeah. Okay, okay.
Some were full year, some were just like half year.
I see.
So,
okay,
yeah.
Very good. So the academics was good. Is that the reason that you came here, to have that opportunity for academics in our country?
So I really liked the American school system, and I was really excited to experience it, because coming from another country and already experiencing 2 other school systems, I was really excited to like see what was different. And yes, it was a big part of me coming here, but also like other activities that the school has, like sports and everything, that are really important here that we don't really have back there.
Oh, really? So, yeah. Okay, so not too much as far as the sports are concerned. Before we dive into that, I'd really like to find out about some of the academics. So what were some of the classes that you took that you found interesting? Or
I really liked environmental studies, English. U.S. history was actually kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting for me to like it that much, because I'm not that into history, but it was actually really fun to like learn what was going on at the same time. Like, I know another perspective of history, and now it's interesting to know other things that happen at the same time. So yeah.
So do you find, or when you think back on your experience, do you think that you grew a lot as far as the academic experience,
totally.
If you're in a different perspective?
Totally.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like even though I took some of the same subjects that I've already done, it's just totally different things. They just cover different stuff, or they explain it differently. So it's also interesting to see like the way they do it here, and even methods for math are different.
Oh, interesting. Tell me about that.
Yeah, for algebra, I took algebra, and the things that we're doing here, I've already done it back home, but it's just the process of getting that same result. We do it differently. Like, we have different methods, so it's interesting.
Interesting, yeah. And did you like math? What did you like the best? What was your favorite? Yeah, well, math, you just take the whole language component out of it, so that kind of simplifies it a little bit. But so, yeah. What was something that you didn't like? Was there anything?
Actually, no, surprisingly,
Oh, wow.
I liked everything.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was fun.
Okay. And as far as our schools are concerned, we really pride ourselves, I think, a lot on the digital things that, we use a lot of electronics and devices. Is that different or the same?
I feel like here we use Chromebooks more than we do back home.
Okay.
Here it's more like everything's in Google Classroom or Google Drive, and you just send the document. Back home we do more paperwork.
Okay,
but
so actually pen and paper, or paper or tablet, something like that. Okay, okay. And when you refer back home, are you talking about Spain or France? Because you're living in France, but you're from Spain. Were you born in Spain, actually?
I was born in Spain,
and then you lived there for 15 years?
Yes.
Okay. So back home is...
Back home, I don't know. Honestly, now I don't really know what my home is. I feel like I have 3 different homes.
Oh, there you go. That's nice. And your grandmother is in Spain, but your parents live in France. Yes. And then you have a brother who lives in... Oh, okay. So... Okay. But those countries are close to each other, so it's navigatable.
We get to see each other a few times a year, so that's good.
Nice. Okay. Oh, boy. So that's a lot. And then you came here and you... eyed and expect that gave you inspiration. Came here through a program called International Cultural Exchange, ICES, and I know that they do their best to prepare you as they can, but there's always something that's kind of a
I mean, kind of prepare for things that are common here, like family, house. And some surprised me is like for lunches, like you are on your own, you do your own on the weekends. It's like you, and also like schedules, they're not really as to what we're used to. So like they need to like different schedules that they have here, different times that they have to like use. And
I'm not sure what you're saying.
So like
yes, the the exchange.
They like but time. Okay, so back home, for example, we are used to having dinner and lunch later.
Right.
And
is
and
obvious
they prepared us to like be ready to dinner, breakfast, lunch early, and prepared to prepare your own lunch. That's not used to.
So at home, wherever that might be, you do. Somebody prepares your lunch. For you. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean that's not really. It's just that I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So anyway, so any other surprises? Because I know you probably hungry. Like had a snack when you came from school, and then I don't know. Like in my family, we were busy when the kids were in high school. Like. Like it throws down the children how it felt. Some protein
just
into them and some vegetables and that kind of thing, and then it would be off. My daughter was doing ballet, so it was rush, and it was a lot of coming and going. A little bit of your experience?
Yes.
Yeah. So at home, you didn't eat dinner until 8 or 9 o'clock after all of those experiences, but you siesta back home. Is that?
I mean, I personally don't do it as often. Recently, introducing it to my like daily routine. I'm just so tired when I get home that I just take like a 20 nap. So a
power nap. You just get going again. There's nothing wrong. It's a cultural thing. When I was in France and Spain, the stores shut down. Nothing is available between. I don't remember, noon and 2 or 2 and 4 or something like that. So interesting. Okay. So sounds like you've been a lot of places. I think speaking with you previously where you said that it was easier for you back home. You could just jump on a bus or public transportation was more available. There you were living a little bit more remotely and you needed to depend somebody for transportation, which was a kind of a bit of a tricky management, I'm sure, from time to time.
Yes. Yeah. It's here to use a car to go to places. And yeah. I'm glad my host drive places and more simple.
Oh, well, absolutely, yeah. Because that took a lot of time because we spent a lot of time. So, and where are some of the places that you went to since you were here?
So we've been to a lot of places. We've been to New York, DC, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Boston. No, Boston. No, actually, Massachusetts. Just
you didn't make it to Boston.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Oh.
Hopefully, I think I'm gonna go in like weeks with my parents. So. Yeah.
Oh, when are they gonna be here?
They're gonna come here the 24th.
Must be.
I'm so excited to see.
Parents going to renting a car and you're going to go around. And
we want to visit New York and some, I don't know, maybe like Providence and or we'll see.
Those are the big places. Okay, very good. Well, that's lovely.
So excited.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been to New York, you've been to New Hampshire, and you've been places that some of your classmates probably in Griswold have been to.
Oh yeah.
Have they said that to you? Has that been?
Well, I mean, I know my family has, but
of course,
I'm really glad that I got to go to all these places and like, for example, like Broadway. That it's always been nice. So
of course,
it was just so amazing to go there
And what Broadway show did you?
The music.
Oh, fun! Yeah.
It was
And you knew the story.
Yes.
Kind of. Oh. You watched the movie or something before?
Actually didn't.
No. Okay. Okay. All right.
It was exciting.
And then you went down to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Were you impressed by anything down there?
I love the city.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, and the monuments were just amazing. I've always seen the movie, and it's always been like, whoa, and now I'm from them, and it's so impressive. Yeah, like the White House and like all the memorials, and yeah.
It's a pretty amazing city, yeah. And Jefferson, I don't know if you know this or not, that he built it after Paris. So he came back from Paris to have it laid out in a similar style. So there's kind of that kind of French feel to it a little bit. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. And you went to Redefined musical.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
It was so exciting because I mean you always hear about the Christmas like specials, and it was just amazing, like so amazing, mind blowing. Loved it.
The synchronicity, I thought, of the days was impeccable, and all the choreographs, and then also the costumes. I thought were just.
And I love how they play space and they the sides, and then it's so cool. And there's kids too. So.
And when I went, there was a 3D component to it too, where Santa Claus came in, kind of as an icon kind of thing. It was really,
there were thousands of Santa Clauses.
It was really good. That's good. Good. Now the Goodspeed. What did you see at the Goodspeed?
Oh my gosh, we saw Anne of Green Gables. We saw 42nd Street.
Oh boy.
We saw. We saw another one. We saw Gypsy the other day. So much fun. I loved it.
And you like theater, you like live theater,
I love
you like going to performances. Yeah. Did you feel the caliber of the productions to what you had previous?
So home, I haven't been to a lot of musicals, so it's kind of different. I've been to a lot of plays, and here a lot of musicals.
Okay.
So it's different.
Well, musicals are plays, but it's just the music.
It's just like
right. So you were equally impressed,
or I really.
Oh, good. Oh, good. And the weather here was probably a little bit different than what you were used to previously. Was there any surprise with that?
So actually, I was expecting a because everyone was talking, oh my gosh, get ready for January. And surprisingly, it was I wasn't really cold at all.
Well, that's great.
So yeah, and it snowed like 3 times, which was
a very mild.
Yeah, it hit mild, and
it might have been wild at your house. I don't know, but yeah, at the zoo anyway. Yeah.
I mean, back home in France, really cold. So it was also nice to take a break from that and milder winter.
Oh, good. Good. Yes, we didn't have much snow, so you didn't need the parka, the down.
I was ready for it though.
You were ready. Yeah. Well, best case scenario.
Oh yeah. But I got to go skiing for the first time.
Oh, what was that like?
It was so exciting. I ended up getting, but that's.
What was your injury?
My knee.
Yeah. What did you do?
I tore it.
Oh, you did?
Fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Oh, that's huge.
It was exciting though. I got to like do it for the first time.
And did you have to have repair on your ligament? What did they say?
Like crutches and just let it get better.
Okay. Therapy and.
Not really. I didn't really do much, but it was fun.
The doctors compared to what you had previously. Do you have any perspective on that?
Not really. Kind of like same. Yeah.
Interesting. It's interesting how much the can be so different, and then sometimes it's So that's interesting. And you wanted to do cheerleading. That was to do cheerleading, and you were in cheerleading, if I remember correct. Tell me a little bit about your cheerleading.
I loved it so much. I've always wanted to do it, and it's like we did football season and basketball season.
Football and basketball, right?
It was really different. It was just standing there and doing cheers, and the other one was just sitting down and just pom-poms. But I enjoyed it really
And then you have a uniform, and you're doing acrobatics kind of things.
Stunts.
Okay. Okay.
I got to be a flyer, so it's fun because you're up. So exciting.
What does that mean, a flyer?
So they put
okay.
in the sky. And
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fun. I asked if you kept a journal, and you said no. You tell me about that.
Yeah. So wherever we go, we just film TikTok, and we film videos. Like me personally, I before I here and when I do something big, I just film a video of myself, like telling it. So the future self is gonna look back to that video and we'll see like what I was feeling in that moment and what I did, and yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, now at the end of the year, I'm gonna do a video too, and I'm gonna compare with this before.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a nice way of cataloging your experience. I think when you happen day to day, and even if you read something that you journaled, but you don't journal, it wouldn't relate to you. So TikTok, and that will be good. Any other ways of recording your experience?
Also, like taking photos on social media, your friends.
What did you post on Instagram? What was your
like prom photos?
Oh, prom photos.
Yeah.
So you went to prom?
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
Oh yeah, it was so exciting because we don't have
three proms. What would that be?
I went to senior prom, my senior prom, my friend's senior prom.
Okay.
So,
okay. Wow. That's a lot of.
Proms.
Did you have a for each one?
2 dresses, and I just switched.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dresses.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. Prom, and then you have parties and lots of different experiences that way. Here, what have you learned? What did you?
Whoa.
What?
I feel like I've learned so much.
Tell me.
I feel like a big thing that I've learned is that family is not really just what you're born into.
Okay.
It's also built like through the way is your friends and people that I'm so glad I got to like meet all and consider my family, and that's I really I'm gonna keep in my heart
and treasure that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I was at an exchange program when I was in high school. It was for the last trimester experience from the country actually to Connecticut, to Greenwich, Connecticut, and it was really interesting for me. And I always thought I'm going to have to pay back now. Like, how am I going to pay this forward? And what are your plans? What do you kind of universally give to a generous host?
Well, I feel like by coming here, I get to experience your culture.
Okay.
And I'm also giving my culture and things that habits that I have, and that's so good because, for example, I'm teaching them things about like my country and things that they didn't know about.
Okay, like give me an example, like when that happened. Tell me about it.
For example, if we have like if we have like several things, like do we have museums? Do we have?
Of course.
We just explain them things work, like how does your school system works, like do you have sports, and teach them like history stuff, or I don't know, which I've also been teaching my friends some Spanish.
Oh, nice.
So
very good. Good. So you kind of felt like all your life were kind of yourself to people that you were seeing about your culture and your experience.
I feel like that's also really important. Just grew up being like to different.
I bet you were kind of a though to some extent. Yes. Does anybody have any plans to come and visit you? Has anybody?
Yeah, a few friends want to come and visit me, so hopefully they'll make it.
That's great. So Ray Churchill is mine, and he was the director for the wedding singer, and that was also cool, right?
Yes, it was.
Tell me about that show.
It was so exciting. I wasn't. It was very exciting. We worked for 4 months, and then we performed, and I got to meet so many people. I got to experience things about myself that I didn't.
What did you learn?
I've never sang in my life.
Okay.
I had to sing, of course, so we took singing lessons, and I've never done that before, so it was another thing that, I mean, it was really exciting to learn, and now I feel like I kind of do it a little bit better, so that's good.
Vocal coach, and to be to probably expand your range a little bit, and then sustain your voice for longer periods of time. So you did some of those kinds of things. So all of that really helps you to be a singer. The choreography, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to go to the production. I had to, but wasn't able to the weekend. Was there a lot of dancing?
Oh yeah, it was so active.
Okay.
A lot of dance, but it was really exciting because we were so many people. There were 40 people, I think.
That's a huge cast.
Yes. So on stage there were like around 40 people, and not all with all people, but most of them. And it's just having all the people is really rich because so many like aspects that you add and so many different things. So yeah. And also coordination. You need to all do it at the same time.
Of course, exactly. So have you been to a wedding since you, except for? No,
I haven't.
You haven't been to.
I haven't.
You've been to graduations.
I have.
And what else? You've been to
dances.
And what's the culture in Griswold? What do kids do? Because it's not like a metro area, and you're more familiar with the metro area, so that makes an interesting investment for you. So what do you typically do?
So they just like hang out at each other's houses and go for a swim, or like to Panera and have like something to eat.
Okay. And, they go out, they hang out, they eat. Yeah. Okay. Good. And is there anything that you're going to do? Like, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get back to Spain?
I'm going to eat.
Eat the food. You're missing some. What is it that you're wanting to have?
There's two things that I love: cricket and like potato omelet. It's also a very big thing in Spain. Okay. And ham. So I'm excited to go back and eat. Okay.
I had Spanish guests at my house. We were doing bed and breakfast for a while. Really nice sausages and meats and that kind of thing, and I think some olives and oil. That's part of your. Yeah. I'm sure. And what about France? What's the first thing you're going to order when you get back to France?
I think I'm gonna get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you do anything while you were here?
Not as much as I would want to. I still have a few I hope to like learn new like recipes because my host mom is amazing cooking, so I just hope to learn a little bit.
All right. Wow. Well, this has been lovely. Is there anything else you say, like famous words or words of wisdom, pearls to?
I'm so glad I got to experience this, and I'm so glad for all the people that had this amazing experience. And I'm always gonna have this place in my heart. I'm never gonna forget it. And I just really wish for me to come back soon. Just visit everything again.
That's really sweet. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, do come back and spread the word. And I think it's good for us to have these exchanges because sometimes I don't think that Americans necessarily are popular in different parts of the world, and we have to understand that, like what it's to be on media. So yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for being my guest.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, great.